Hi there, and thanks for tuning in. Today's lesson is going to be 15.2, the volume of cones. We're going to be looking for 5 things to write down in your notes, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we want to know is, what is the volume of a cone? The volume of a cone is exactly 1/3 the volume of a cylinder, given if they have the same dimensions. So what you're going to do is you're still finding the area of the base and still multiplying that by the height of the cone, but then dividing by 3. Another way you could write this would be area of the base, capital B, times height divided by 3. And keep in mind too, the base is a circle, so you're doing pi times radius squared for area of the base. Let's go ahead and take a moment to just copy down what this is inside the red rectangle, and once you're done, click play so you can see how it's done. Alright, so the first one I'm going to show you how to do. Remember, the volume of a cone is area of the base times height, and then divide it by 3. The area of this base is going to be pi times radius squared times the height, and then divided by 3. This formula down here only talks about the radius, and right now it's given the diameter, so we just need to make sure we use 2 as the radius. So now we're going to take 3.14, 2 squared, times height, which is 6, and then divide by 3. When you multiply 3.14 times 2 times 2 times 6, you're going to get 75.36, and then you're just going to divide that into 3 parts, and you will get 25.12 meters cubed. Okay, so very similar to the volume of cylinders, except you just divide by 3 at the end. Here's one that you're going to try. Let's go ahead and pause the video now, try it, and once you're done, click play to check your work. Alright, so we did the volume, which is area of the base, times height divided by 3. I went ahead and just wrote area of the base like it is. Pi times 6 squared, because that's the radius, times the height, which is 15, and divide all that by 3. When you do 3.14 times 6 times 6 times 15, you're going to get a larger number, 1,695.6, and then we're just going to divide that by 3, and we'll get 565.2 centimeters cubed. Okay. The next one you're going to try as well. Again, just make sure, I don't know if I rounded to nearest tenth, so yes, that one's rounded. Okay, perfect. So just make sure that you're paying close attention on rounding to nearest tenth if necessary. Let's go ahead and pause the video here, try number 3, and then once you're done, click play to check your work. Alright, so we have done area of the base times height. That's going to be 3.14 times 4 times 4. Remember, because that's the radius. The radius is 4, 8 is diameter, times height, which is 9, divided all by 3. So with 3.14 times 16 times 9 is going to give us 452.16, and then we're just going to divide all that by 3 to get 150.72 feet cubed. So if you wanted to write it 150.7 when you rounded to the nearest tenth, that would be fine as well. Okay. The next thing you're going to talk about, or next thing you might see on your homework, is whenever you're trying to find the height. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit different. You'll still have your volume written out like normal, and it's going to be super important that you write out your volume formula, and then plug in what is given to you. So the volume in this case is 956. I know pi is 3.14, and I know radius squared is 9 squared. I don't know height, and I know this should be divided by 3. Remember, to get variables by itself, you have to do the opposite operation in order to solve it. That can also be called the inverse operation. So what I'm going to start off by doing is start by showing my inverse operation of dividing by 3, and I'm going to times both sides by 3, so that these 3's can be canceled out. So 956 times 3 is going to give me 2,868. I'm going to keep writing everything down, 3.14. I'm going to go ahead and change 9 squared to 81 times height. Then I'm going to put these two together, the 3.14 times 81. That's going to give me 254.34. H is equal to the 2,868. And then last but not least, I'm going to divide both sides by 254.34. Okay, some of you are going to try to just write this or try to do all this in your brain, and that's not going to work the first time. You need to show your work on this. You need to plug in each of your answers. So 2,868 divided by 254.34 is going to give us a longer number. So I'm going to stop here at the third decimal place, 11.276, and we're going to round that to the nearest tenth. So we'll say about 11.3 feet. Okay, so again, very important that you write down your formula, plug in the things that are given to you, and then get H all by itself. Let's go ahead and pause the video now so you can try this one, and then once you're done, click play to check your work. Alright, so my volume is 7,200, pi is 3.14, radius squared is 15 squared, height is unknown, and divide by 3. Again, that first step we're going to do is multiply both sides by 3, so we are going to get a very large number over here. 7,200 times 3 is 21,600 equals to 3.14. I'm going to go ahead and say that whatever 15 times 15 is, and that is 225, and then times height. Then I'm going to take 3.14 and multiply that by 225. That is 706.5. So 706.5H is equal to 21,600. So now I'll be able to divide both sides by 706.5. So 21,600 divided by 706.5. That's going to give you, again, a longer number, 30.573, yada, yada, yada. It does say round to nearest tenth, so we're going to say 30.6 yards. Okay? You're going to try one more. And this one, you're going to find the height of a cone with radius of 5 and the volume of 100 pi. So whenever you're plugging in your formula, the volume will be 100 pi and the radius will be 5. So maybe try to solve for height here, just keeping pi with the symbol, because whenever you divide over here on the left hand side, they're going to cross out. Go ahead and pause the video now, see if you can try to solve for H, and then once you're done, click play. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take it a little bit different step, and I'm going to divide both sides by pi, because these pi's can then cancel out. So now I'm going to have 100 is equal to 5 squared H divided by 3. Next, I'm going to take that divided by 3 and times it by 3 to get 300 equals 25H. Once more time, I'm going to divide both sides by 25 so that H is equal to 12. 300 divided by 25 will give me 12. Okay? That is going to conclude our video for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and just make sure you have those 5 things written down about the volume of cones. Have a great day.